Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today, I just kind of wanted to do a little witchy self care check in with so much happening. Really, it's not even so much. Really, we have a pandemic. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and that's what's happening right now. So I don't really want to focus too much on that because I got the news to do that for me. But I'm feeling really comfy, cozy. I got my little favorite hoodie on. My throwback days when I used to work for Apple. So this was the Apple swag we got. So yeah, I just want to kind of just have a little relaxing video talking a little bit about witchy self-care. Some of the things that I have talked about here on YouTube that I do, I wanted to give an update and let you know if that's working, how's it working, and whatever, and maybe some tips that you can also follow as well. Um, First thing is my hair growth. So I know I've kind of got a, I want it kind of like a relaxed setting. This is kind of my new space that I have here. You can see the alcohol in the background. This is my space basically where I kind of have like kind of is an altar space, but it's a working space as well. I feel very relaxed when I sit over here and I work in this area. And I had just burned some sage. It looks like it burned down. I had some Palo Santo. That's my thing now. I have a candle burning as well that I've just been trying this new approach where it's a 7-day candle. And let me see if I can turn it around a little bit. It's gonna get dark, but you see. So I have this 7-day candle, and the whole purpose is to light it some of the time and not just let it completely burn out. When I want to feel a certain type of energy that I've put into that candle, I light it. So this has been going on since I want to say um, late March, and I've just been taking my time with it, and it's been working because I do feel the energy from it. But that's that. So that's another self-care tip. Maybe have a candle you just light some of the time, kind of like we do with scented candles, except these are going to be spelled candles. um, but hair, I'm looking at my list here. I got my handy dandy. Check out my A5 planner. Love this. um, I My update for my hair growth is this. It is growing. It has grown. Just to put things in perspective, these are twists right now, right? So this piece I had cut, I want to say at least this much um, off. Is that showing? Yeah, this much off, right? So and now it's back down here, and I cut that sometime around the fall. So, I have, I got some hang time. My hair is not super, I have fine hair, so it's not super um, thick. So it's not going to turn into that. But I am experiencing hair growth. If you've seen, just watch kind of the progression of the videos. It's a shame because when I think my hair was at its healthiest and longest, I wasn't doing videos. I'm gonna figure out a way to put pictures on here, or take to a link or something. I think I'm gonna do a blog post talking about this, going into more detail about how I'm growing my hair back in. And it's not just length. It was, I had serious like spots, thinning spots in my hair, um, from those birth control pills that I was taking, or hormones I was taking, the progesterone only, which is, to me, I know it's a side effect, and it says it right there. If you open the pack and you read all the fine print, it says thinning hair is a side effect. So it does affect a lot of people. I'm just wondering, all the women running around here trying to do all this stuff, wearing wigs unnecessarily. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing wigs, but you're doing all this sort of stuff, and you're thinking it's just genetics or something else, and it's the hormones that you're taking on top of the other stuff, which is sort of like activating the hormones to act up crazy in your body by thinning out your hair. But as far as from a witchy perspective, my hair growth, I did a beauty spell or hair growth spell last year in the fall. Yeah, I think it was in the fall, and I believe it is working. It has been working. I am very consistent on my hair regimen. I do a hot oil treatment with herb infused oils. I use, lately, I want to say the last 2 months now, I have been using better shampoos and conditioners. I had been using, I honestly thought if I was infusing the products, then it would be fine. You know, I was making it top shelf. I really believed that. But honestly, I don't, maybe some things that's true, but other products not so much. So I went ahead and just bought the Camille Rose line. I, I was using that before when my hair was at its healthiest, when I first started the Ayurvedic hair method, or hair regimen, using those herbs and things like that in my overall, you know, hair maintenance. But yeah, I make my oils. Like I said, a hot oil treatment. I bless those oils just to put it in perspective. Again, just infusing energy when I'm doing it. It's always pleasurable when I'm massaging the oils into my scalp and then bringing it down and lifting my hair. It is always in a pleasurable time. That's a sacred time to me. I put on videos that are inspiring, whether it's home decor videos, other witchy channels, um, hair, makeup, whatever it is. I'll put on something that, or something informative, or very, very rarely do I watch a movie because I want something in a small period of time. But I take that opportunity and I use that as a reflective time, to learn. And again, it's always something I find pleasurable. Once I'm done, I, you know, put on a cap, a plastic cap, or I wrap it actually in plastic wrap, and let that sit in. Sometimes I'll actually apply low heat with my hair dryer because I really wanted to penetrate into my scalp and into the hairs. And this is on dirty hair, or you know, week old hair, because I do this every week. Wash it out with my Camille Rose shampoo, and I use a henna gloss. Now, the henna gloss, henna can be tough, especially if you have fine, thinner hairs like myself. So, what I've been doing to build up the strength in my hair and getting the benefits of the henna, but not, you know, turning my hair into straw and keeping it soft still, is I use about a tablespoon of my henna infused oil into my conditioner. That's a henna gloss. Again, as I'm mixing this up, to me, I see it as something, a treat for my hair. It's delicious. It's like dessert, and it's gonna do it. Like I'm thinking these positive thoughts. I get a handheld mixer and I mix it up and I whip it. I whip the oil and the conditioner together because I want it to infuse. And yeah, as I'm applying it and I'm looking, pulling it down the length of my hair, I just remark to myself, "Wow, your hair is so beautiful. Look at those curls. Look how it's healthy. Oh, this is so awesome. Look, you know." And I just speak positivity. I'm thinking, and I'm sometimes saying out loud as I'm doing my hair. So that is my very witchy infused hair maintenance regimen. So I do apply heat when I add the deep conditioner. I use my hair dryer for that for sure. After I'm done with that, I do a rinse and I seal with aloe vera juice, which I keep refrigerated, and I like it. I don't know. Well, I prefer to keep. I think it tells you to keep it refrigerated, but I like it refrigerated because one, I like it's kind of calms everything down. It's cooling, and I spray it scalp to air. You know, and it's dripping. That's cool. Then I seal it in with the leave-in conditioner, and then we style from there. This last wash day, that's all I did. I didn't add any other styling creams, gels, or anything like that. And I just wanted just kind of my hair to dry. And then I just, you know, put these little makeshift twists up just to give it a break. And here we are. So that was last Thursday. But that is basically what I've been doing. Otherwise, I would just do a wash and go. And my wash and goes, I'm gaining a little bit of length and they're looking a bit fuller than they were. And I cut my hair, like I said before, when I did my beauty spill early fall 2019 because I had so much. I thought it was breakage. What I didn't realize, it was thinning. It had thinned dramatically. So yeah, there was breakage also, but the thinning was just ridiculous. So I had scraggly ends. So I had length, but it wasn't good. So I'll get back there. So that's what I want to do. I want to get back there. I was on a hair journey before this started, and it got derailed. And then I'm back. I have a new track because it's coming in healthier. And I can see my hair is so fuzzy because I have all these small little hairs. That's the new growth growing in from the thinning hair. So those scalp massages work. So that's the hair, my witchy update for my hair, you know, growth, because that seriously bothered me. The fact that this substance totally altered so many different how my body operates, whether it's just growing hair, the hair shedding face, and how it kind of co-opted that, and was gonna basically have me, bald out here if I wasn't careful. The other thing is, I switched to eating plant based, um, with a nod to vegan, but I'm probably more of a pescatarian. And that has affected me on a spiritual level because honestly, I feel better. And you know, I used to hear people talk about that, and I was paleo at one point, so very meat focused, but quality meat, and that was my thing. It's like I would hear people talk about veganism and all that sort of stuff, and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they would say how, from a spiritual point of view, there's a connection to you maybe feel a little bit more spiritual or more pure, because you're not putting this other essence, animal essence, in you. And then, of course, there's an argument, well, plants have essence as well, but, I don't know, for some reason we believe that that's more neutral than, let's say, a more, a mammal. So, anyway, um, I, I mean, I don't want to say that's true, but I do feel a sense of balance spiritually. And I've been charting this. I started early January at the beginning of this year, so I'm not gonna go into a whole thing because I don't want to get into that, but so much. But just let me just tell you that there's some look into there's something there, and how we're all different, but I think there's something there. Um, I moved my altar space, or I changed my altar. I changed my witchy workspace, and I toned it down and had it made it something a little bit more natural, which is where I'm at now in this space here. An ugly lighter sticking out, but this is kind of my space, and um, I have greenery here. I have plants. I have my other candles, and it's in front of this window, and it gets the soft curtains and a light, and that just kind of that feels very spiritual and witchy to me. Everything witchy doesn't have to be, Halloween, although I like Halloween decorations, but it doesn't have to always look like that. It can look like this, especially for me as far as practicing cottage witchery. This makes sense to me and where I'm at. And I, listening to my intuition and going with the flow because this feels right to me. So this is why I'm in this space. So, stress management. Okay, stress affects everything in our life, including our spiritual practices, including practicing witchcraft. Stress is a killer. And during this particular time and phase that we are in as a human race right now on this planet, dealing with this COVID 19, stress will take you out, so be careful. So, how I've been trying to manage stress, because I think we all have times where maybe whatever you're practicing and working, and you got to fine tune it a little bit. It's a work in progress stress because there's always a new stressor. Hopefully you're not stressing over the same thing all the time, because come on, you can fix that. But the stress of just am I gonna get sick? Is somebody I love gonna get sick? How do I keep from getting sick? My babies, who are adults, but still, they're still my babies. I want them to be safe. My mom, my grandmom, everybody, my dad. So that has been stressful. Even when I think I'm handling it pretty well and I'm keeping myself together and keeping calm, um, it comes up. The more you read the news reports and things like that, it kind of, in the back of your head a little bit, that fear. So, what I've been doing is acknowledging it first and foremost. If you bring something like stress and fear out in the open, it shrinks it down a little bit, put it out there, for the light to shine on it, and it's not so big anymore. So, that has been very effective, just sometimes doing that. And then reconciling, well, what do I know for sure? What do I know right now? What I know right now is everybody's healthy and everybody's safe. So we can what if what if this happens? Oh, what if we keep doing that all we want? That is adding more stress. So how about we stop? We being me, me for sure. How about we stop and just relax and find something else to do to distract us? Whether it's looking at TV, Tiger King, yeah, I binged that craziness too. Whether it is, maybe even having a glass of wine, or in my case, I'll have some Prosecco. Maybe it's eating some fruit, popping some popcorn. Maybe it's going outside and sitting on the porch, which I've been doing. I finally got some. I started my porch decorations and I picked up some chairs, curbside service. Don't worry, but I did pick up some chairs, and I have that out there. And I put a cute little spring wreath outside. So I've been doing that. I'll probably do a video out there because it's kind of quiet now. And there's not too many people out, so I should be able to have relative peace filming out there. But anyway, yeah, just whatever your thing is, burning incense, lighting a scented candle, or that you scent it maybe with essential oils, or just smelling essential oils in a diffuser, which I do have going on right now. Whatever that thing is, just go ahead and escape for a bit. The stress and the worries, it'll be waiting. There'll be some breaking news report telling you to worry about something else momentarily. But in the interim, take a little time for yourself. That's what I've been doing. Um, and of course, with the witchy focus, I'll do a tarot reading. I've definitely been reading books. I've been going back reading some of the books that I already have. I think I talked about this in another video. But through my Kindle, my Kindle Fire, I have Kindle Unlimited. I've been downloading books as well, and I'm reading this one book, which really isn't necessarily witchy. Is in the realm of witchy, but I just started it, and I can't even remember the name of the dang book, and I wanted to talk about something about wombs. I don't know. It was it's an interesting book. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I'll send a link. Talking about the uterus just having being kind of like a portal to the universe and all this other stuff. So it's very interesting. It's a short read, but I'm reading it. It's from like 2017, I think. So I'll go ahead and share. I haven't finished the book, so I can't give a proper review of it, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I think this is the time to read this kind of stuff. Just some stuff that I don't even know how this got recommended and suggestion, but I'm glad because I'm finding it interesting. I'll see what I can take from that. It takes sex magic to a new level. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with as far as stress. Just a lot of distraction, healthy distractions as best as I can, and sometimes not so healthy distractions. That liquor behind me, sometimes we drink. um, but and reduced alcohol. That was actually the next thing I was going to talk about. So yes, partake if you choose to. Limit the alcohol. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Because from a spiritual point of view, you can leave yourself open. You can leave yourself open to spiritual attacks. You can leave yourself open and susceptible to entities kind of finding a way to get in and to get at you and to really, have you thinking ways that aren't healthy for you physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. So I do believe that because your resistance is down, you're down. You're leaving yourself open. Um, Drink plenty of water if you are drinking. I do. Whenever I do, indulge, I'm drowning myself with water as well. So I'm going to the bathroom. I mean, I'm home. What else am I gonna do, right? I'm going to the bathroom every 5 seconds trying to pee. But look, this is the price you gotta pay if you want to drink. You gotta, keep that balance in your body, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that was pretty much, most of the stuff that I had on my list as far as witchy care, self care, and my updates and my check-ins and what I'm doing and how I'm managing in this process. I haven't done my tarot for self-care yet. I'm gonna actually do that today. So I can't really talk about progress with that. I've just been doing tarot readings to begin with, which I love doing. So I've been doing that, but I would like to do something a little bit more guided. So I'll be pulling that book out and doing one of those today. One of the, I want to say lessons, but exercises for self care. And the other thing that I just kind of wanted to touch into a little bit is about we're kind of all becoming solitary witches a little bit, right? So even if you have a coven, I mean, of course, you could still connect virtually, and probably most of us do anyway. But if you've kind of been wondering, hey, I wish it would be, it would have been nice to be in a coven or to at least, practice with other witches, and you thought you were missing out on something, we kind of all are doing it anyway. We're all kind of at that place now where if you weren't solitary or if you thought, I don't know, what would I like to be? Well, you are it now. You're going to be a solitary witch, most likely, unless you have some in your household. Kudos to you if you do. But, um, just embrace everything as best as you can. Listen, I get bored too. I try to distract. I keep myself, I can get the stress down. I'm not, drinking myself silly. I'm not trying to eat myself, sick. I am exercising. um, I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing for the most part. I have some treats in between, but for the most part, I'm doing the best I can. But I get bored. I want to go somewhere. I may stay at home wife, but I do leave the house. So I'm finding, going to Walmart or the grocery store, whatever we go to get groceries, it's become the highlight, and I don't like that. I miss going to the mall, the craft stores, libraries, bookstores, restaurants to sit down and eat, and somebody say, "Hey, what can we get you started with?" Like, I want to hear those words again. Alas, but with all that being said, yes, I get bored, and I'm sure by now everybody else is too. We're gonna get through this. I am in my very comfortable home, surrounded by my very comfortable things, making videos, so it's not that bad. And that's just what I remind myself. It's not so bad, so chill. You can still get takeout. Where I'm at, I can still go in a restaurant and get takeout, so I can make the restaurant experience here at home, and we've kind of been doing that. Um, but I'm just this whole thing. I'm just just taking it day by day, and doing all the things I talked about in the meantime. That's all any of us can do. Just do the best we can, right? So hopefully this was helpful. But just doing a little light, airy video, and just be a little bit of, give you a little bit of inspiration from a witchy point of view, always, with a little bit of practicality weaved in. So thanks for watching. This is Mika here at Leap Taken. If you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And if you have subscribed, I really thank you. Thank you very much. All right.